Hello guys, hope the wind noise is not too bad. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about what it would be like to lose all communications with the world and what it would be like to lose your power. I will talk about what happened to me the last few weeks. Imagine, I have no television, I have no radio because my radio doesn't work in the car. Of course, I do need to get an emergency radio. So imagine this scenario. I live alone. I have nobody to talk to except my dog, little Maxie. Maxie, what are you doing? Anyhow, imagine. I have no TV. I have no CD player. I don't have a DVD player. I use my phone for everything to call people, communicate with them, texting. I use my phone for my YouTube business. I use my phone for banking, and a lot of my shopping does do it online. I use it for music, for games, for entertainment, books, or listen to stories online. Everything is done online. I didn't download any books. I didn't download any music. I didn't download any programs that I could use offline for gaming. So I keep all my records and everything on my phone. I decided, because I had a Blade 11 phone, which was a pretty bad phone. It has a bad camera. I can't connect a wireless mic to it. I couldn't do any things that I really wanted to do with the phone. It takes very poor quality videos. And I said, okay, I have a good Samsung Galaxy. I was connected to it for quite a while, few years. And I recently disconnected the phone because we didn't use it hardly at all. So I said I would rather use that phone for my service. So I have Visible. Visible is a wireless service that uses all the Verizon towers. So it's just like having Verizon. I pay $25 a month for this plan. It's hot out here. It's 105 degrees outside, but I said I would rather do this outside. Anyhow, Visible is unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data, and unlimited hotspot. I never have to worry about shutting things off. I can run that 24 hours a day on my laptop because I have to use the hotspot to use my laptop. That's the only way I can do it. And I do most things through my laptop except recording video. I do that on the phone and everything else. So I have to edit my videos on my laptop. I do everything on the laptop, the banking, the shopping, anyhow. Laptop has to have the hotspot. And there are no other plans out there that you can get unlimited hotspot for that kind of money. So what I wanted to do is switch phones, put my Visible service on my Samsung Galaxy. So I got through their chat support on my laptop through my hotspot. And they told me they would have to send me a new SIM card and it would have to be a new phone number. And they didn't tell me that they would disconnect this one on the Blade. So as soon as I got up there after we ordered the new SIM card, I had no phone service whatsoever. The phone SIM card was discontinued that was in the Blade, and I had nothing. I was desperate, literally desperate. And imagine the only way you can communicate with somebody is to either walk or get in your vehicle. Good thing I have a car besides a truck, because if I had to move the truck just to go talk to somebody or borrow their phone would be hard, because here where I live, everybody leaves for the summer. Even the managers are hardly ever here. And I would have to walk blocks to see my friend that does have a phone. I'm grateful I had the car. I was able to get up to her and use her phone to get through to Visible. try to find out what's going on, why they shut down the Blade phone. Anyhow, they wanted me to correct my address. They shipped it to the wrong place. So they wanted me to make an address correction, but the only way they could do it is if I could verify it through the phone number I have with them. And couldn't do that. It was a real hassle. I went through craziness for days and days, hours and hours on my friend's phone, tying up her phone just to get things done. Took well over a week. Finally, I got it resolved. The other thing that happened this week is in 105-degree heat, we lost our power in Quartzsite and the surrounding areas. Everybody lost their power. Losing your power made you also lose your air conditioning. I'm grateful I have solar. I had the ability to keep my fridge going and the ability to keep my fans and what have you going. My neighbor's just waving to me. So the refrigerator was hooked up and I had the fans on through my solar power on my box truck. In the shed, I have a freezer, a little freezer, and I had to put my power station connect that to it. My dog is barking at our neighbor. He's knocking on the next door neighbor's door. Anyhow, so it was hard because it was so hot. Inside the truck, even with the fans, was like 105, 110 degrees inside. With no air conditioning, we were out of power for 4 or 5 hours. The reason I decided to do this video is I wanted to help people to think about what will you do if you lose all your phones and communications? What will you do if you lose your power? It's a very good idea to have a second phone if you can afford it, or very close neighbors that you know you can contact anytime to get help with the phone. In an emergency, especially if you had an emergency, you can't walk or get in your car and drive somewhere. So if you have a neighbor, you might be able to crawl to the neighbors. Anyhow, so for the power, it's a good idea to have either solar or a backup power station or a generator. Have you thought about how you would handle an emergency if one came up? Today, with the things that are changing in the world all the time, we never know what to expect. So you need to be prepared as much as possible in every situation. As far as the phones goes, I had the power from the solar and the power station. As far as the phones went, my friend was having to leave out of town, so I knew I had to do something. I couldn't use her phone if she's out of town. So I drove over to Parker and went to the Verizon store. I started a Verizon service on my other phone for a few months. See how that goes. Cost me $200 almost for a few, just getting going, and 70 something a month on top of that. But I did get a phone. And so I had service. I was able to get through to Verizon Visible. And so I now have two phones, thank goodness. But I don't know if I'm going to keep the second one because I really rarely ever have problems with Visible. So I don't know if I can afford to keep two phones going. It's pretty expensive. $70 a month when you're used to paying $25 a month is a lot of money and on a very tight budget. But if you can afford it, I really do recommend it. If you can afford to have a generator or a power station, I recommend it. If you can afford to have solar backup, that's a great option because you may not be able to run an air conditioner, but you won't lose your food. You won't lose everything else. You'll still have the ability to have fans and electrical power for lights and what have you, of those things. We always need to have a little backup plan. It's especially a little bit of emergency fund. Because I sold the RV, I was able to have the money to get the phone system. I have put in a little bit of that money into a fridge, and a toilet, and a microwave, and new flooring for the box truck to make it comfortable, and a little bit of storage out here. Maxie loves it here. He has a wonderful yard. That's his entrance to the big backyard. And let's see if I can carry this with me. See if we show it your little yard. That's his yard. That's his entrance to the bigger part of the yard. I just thought I would tell people what happened because I really want people to be aware of what could happen. You need to be prepared as much as you can for every circumstance. So that's what this video is about. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, please like, share, comment, and check out the description below to support this channel. Thank you so much.